legs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they eat forever. It's an analogy. It's an ism.
Hollow leg is what I've heard.
Hollow leg.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, like where are you storing your food and it goes in his legs, that kind of
Hollow leg theory.
Hollow legs.
Never heard of that.
Legs all the way down.
Instead of bones, you just have sushi. It's kind of compacted.
It's a new Netflix series, The Hollow Leg Problem.
Uh-huh.
Did Jack just leave?
He sure
Yes,
did. Yeah,
he did.
I started the stream and Jack left.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal.
What are you having
Should not watch.
for dinner, Luca? Now that you've just put food in your mouth,
Pizza.
pizza.
That's what we had for dinner.
I haven't had pizza in like a year. I should order some or buy some.
Where's your pizza from, Luca? Did you make it yourself?
Racist.
A little bit.
Bella Pizza in Cottage Grove.
Oh, okay.
They have buffalo chicken pizza fries, which are delightful.
Ooh.
Buffalo chicken pizza fries. What the frick? What is
Yeah,
that?
it's
Buffalo.
It's exactly what it
Chicken.
sounds like.
Yeah, it's precisely what it sounds like.
Buffalo
Except for
chicken.
Oh, they're fries with buffalo chicken.
Yes.
What did you think it was gonna be?
I don't know. I thought it was
What
like
did you think?
You got an SUV full of buffalo chicken.
I thought it was like fries with like pizza buffalo flavoring, or like a pizza with fries. So I don't know.
No.
Pizza fries are a Midwestern thing, I think, because I
There's
never heard of
nothing
it until
pizza
I
about
moved here.
these.
Sure it
It's
is.
pizza.
It's
Pizza
cheese on top.
Thin sliced pizza. They're like pizza fries because they're.
Oh, okay.
It's not a triangular slice. There's little rectangle slices.
God,
Yeah.
oh, some of these pictures. Oh no,
Dude.
it would take me
This'll
like
hurt.
a week to eat all this.
This will hurt later, I'm sure, but it's good now.
You can just do some spot
right.
welding with your butthole.
Like Conan reference?
What?
No? Conan O'Brien went on Hot Ones,
He sure did.
and he like drank the hot sauces, rubbed it on his face and body,
What?
and then afterwards, he on his podcast, he made that exact same joke that like on the way home they stopped by some industrial complex, and he spot welded the building together.
That's amazing. Isn't Conan a redhead? Doesn't hot sauce like demolish?
He also talked about that there's like something about the redhead gene that they have a higher pain tolerance or something.
They
And he's
do.
like, I don't. He's like, I don't know. I never understood it. It hurt.
Having
Jack's
eaten
back.
those sauces, they are not enjoyable. But I thought
Oh,
they
you got
were
the
just-
hot ones?
Yeah, they were just more gross than like hot. They were hot, but I just didn't enjoy the flavor at all. It's like
Yeah, it's not about the flavor. Not when they go so hot.
right.
But it can be. There is a way to make it insanely hot and have flavor. It's just too many places give up on it because there's a point where it's just killing you to eat it. It's so hot.
How many lunatics like hot for the sake of hot versus good tasting hot?
One. Oh,
I think
two.
he's right here.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like Adam is the
only one on the
minority.
planet.
Adam's number one.
I still want it to taste good.
The guy who made Pepper X is number two.
All right, quick,
Those-
start
those-
DMing before anyone else leaves.
All right, yes, nobody can leave now. What happened last time? Go.
Oh goodness.
Anyone
I
but
will
Alex.
Yes, anyone
Luca,
but me.
go.
Short
Yeah.
low notes.
Yeah, Luca, what happened last time? You
We
watched.
explored the continent.
Down.
Explore is
found-
generous.
Found what's his nuts. The staff. Somebody got attuned to the staff and saw his vision. Forgot exactly what happened, but there was green mana energy in the staff, and then it was expended. And so now we have the husk of the staff. That about sums it up. Let's play.
I mean, you're not wrong,
I know I'm not wrong. I'm just not right.
but if Alex would like to add more flavor, he can.
I just read a line from my notes that made me laugh. I just have all of Council's clear alchemite is white now. Boo!
Yep.
Lots of notes about the terrain. We approach the edge of a big crater-like thing. Medium humanoid, be stopped, turtle-esque humanoid on the knee, holding onto a staff. Covered in snow. Lots of notes that aren't really helpful. Basically wrote the session down verbatim when I don't know why.
Because it was that good. That's why.
Barquan has some interesting comments about his faith and stuff. Council inspects the dust to see if it's ash.
Hmm.
Instead, look if it's okay if it came from Tersink. Bum bum bum. In other words, Felix looks to see if the rock has anything interesting going on. The rock below Tersink, I think that he was standing on.
Mhm.
Wanda shapes the stone and uses 4 walls to make a room. He adds another wall at each corner and makes a turtle shape out of the stone. He checks his scrimshaw and he just sees the shape of Tersink on it. Council asks Felix to use the compass and think of the thing that killed Tersink. It spins, but it's not noon, which is interesting. Wander asks Council to inscribe using his elm power. He relies Tersink, god of the Torn, on the big stone carving. Wander collapses after holding the staff for long enough and has the vision. We go over the vision. The skies start to clear as soon as we get the staff, which is interesting. We head toward Oren. We discuss the vision. We think Tersink might have been sacrificing himself for something to accomplish something. We wonder where the life energy went because the staff and the vision had a whole bunch of like green glowing in it, and the only green glow we know is when green alchemite. So what happened with that? What kind of council hypothesizes that might have been the creation of the floral torn. Like when he did that, he was making the torn. Like we don't know what Tersink did. We don't know if it was successful or not. We talk about Council's grandfather, who we think may have died twice based on the journal entries, once from a cataclysm and once from sickness. Council's grandmother might have brought him back because she was a very skilled alchemist. He thinks he may need to read the journal again. We stop to read from the journal. Council moves about 300 feet away from the ship. Ishmael and Joan are close to jump him if things get bad. Felix makes Council small.
That's right. Okay.
Council stops after 2 more passages. We discuss the gods and the new information we have and some other things. We travel. We leave the crater. Council tries to get the compass to point to something beneficial for our objective. Felix thinks of another man-made thing on the island we're on, and it just spins. Felix inspects Tersink's stuff. He uses Identify. It's just a stick. It's inert. It used to be magical, but now it's just kind of Tersink stuff. Wanda, Felix, and Joan do watches. Wanda sees nothing. Felix hears a faint crackling sound from beneath the steering wheel. He remembers the compartment at the base of the wheel. Finds a bag of alchemite with a piece.
Pause for a second. Pause.
Yep, go ahead.
Barnabas, do you have the item card for the staff by chance?
You sent it to me.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I printed it off.
Well, if you can just scroll up in our chat.
That is true. Yes.
Go ahead and read off what it says on the card.
The staff is made of a sturdy wooden branch, approximately 5 feet in length. It has a single crack running its length, which is filled with dull gray glass.
Keep going.
The staff has 20 charges and regains 1d12 charges per day. Each spell costs equal charges to its spell level. Give access to the following spells regardless of spell casting ability. Cantrip, Spare the Dying. 1. Cure Wounds, Healing Word. 2. Aid, Lesser Restoration, Prayer of Healing. 3. Mass Healing Word, Revivify. 4. Death Ward. 5. Greater Restoration, Mass Cure Wounds, Raise Dead. 6. Heal. 7. Regenerate, Resurrection, 9. Mass heal True Resurrection.
You have true resurrection now?
What?
No, because that is what the staff was before.
Oh.
Because he now has an inert stick.
Oh, so that's what it did before.
That is what it gave
Throw it in the
access
fire.
to.
I was gonna say that's the most passive aggressive way to get rid of my character that I would have ever imagined. Replace the cleric with a stick.
I was gonna say, true resurrection is like campaign changing level spell. That is nuts. If we had that, wow, we could
Because you
resurrect
can
Dalen.
just bring back anyone, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can we
You
go back
ever-
in time? Steal it from him?
Wow, that's bananas. I wonder what he cost. Interesting.
Anyway,
All healing
continue
and
now.
restorative spells. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, every single healing or restorative spell that is in the player's handbook, it gave access to.
I wonder if we can recharge it. If we kill stuff next to it. I don't know. Maybe.
It's Ben's alchemy, right?
Let's
Yeah,
do
one way to
something
find
with a
out.
stick.
Yeah.
Save it for in character.
I shoot the closest stag with my crossbow.
There are no stags, Jacob.
Are we near a holy grove?
You
Test
yes,
my +1 arrow. Okay, cool.
there's a rabbit.
Felix
a
finds
bird.
the bag of alchemite, the alchemite piece beneath the steering wheel. He hears a crackly, staticky voice. I put in all caps with lots of exclamation marks. I think it's Alacanther. Broken up words. We could barely make out. Felix tries to speak. Felix wakes everyone up. We use the mirror to look at Alacanther, and he's standing on top of a mountain, probably the tallest mountain we can see, and he's speaking into a rock. And so we're pretty sure we're speaking to Alacanther. We tell him to write on the ground. We tell him about Dalen's mirror. Felix tries to amplify the signal with some quick jury rigging stuff. We know from the vision the store that's right. We're having difficulty reaching him because we think part of it is from the storm in the southern hemisphere is Nin, the air titan. It's a perpetual storm to keep our planet hidden from noon or something. I don't know. The planet is tidally locked. I don't remember. I'm trying to go quickly.
I don't remember bullcrap plot. Whatever.
I'm going quickly so we can play. Southern side of the world. Oh, we're closer than ever. That's why we can talk to him now. We fly the ship up and go south to try and use the ship like a giant satellite. We put clear alchemite in the basin instead of heating red. I don't know. So we fly very high.
It was being used to heat the ship, and then we swapped it out with the communication alchemite.
Got it. We say, he says, "Can you hear me?" He says, "Yes, I can hear you." We ask him, "What do you need us to do?" And he says, "I don't know who you are." Council summarizes everything that happened as succinctly as possible. Alacanther speaks in at 2 points when he mentions Arinth shot Dalen. He's like, "What? That bitch? I knew it." And then we mention the different races, and he is happy and kind of freaks out that the Aron is still alive, so that's cool.
Yeah, I was going back for these.
He sits in the dirt on the mountain, jagged rocks, very jagged peak. Council asks what he's trying to do and if he can get here. He motions to his wings, which are charred, burnt, and kind of molten on the edges. He says, "I've been trying to get there. I have no way of getting there. Is there anything we can do to help?" He says, "No." We talk about the heart of the world and the artifacts. He says, "You have my compass. Who gave it to you?" We say, "Non." And he says he doesn't know how she got it, which is interesting. And then we stopped on whose boat is this? And then it breaks off, I guess. And then we plan to read more of the journal on the next day. That's it. That was a packed session. Goodness gracious.
It was.
You want to know what my last note says?
Yeah.
In all caps, an effing nat 1.
They do be like that.
Amazing.
Accurate. So session 58 is entitled Before the Fall.
Oh,
That's good.
we're not still in the sky, are we?
You mean autumn, right?
Summer.
Ooh, Muse hack.
So actually, that is a good point, Luca. For your guys' reference, it is the 11th day of the 12th month, so you are far past fall.
Oh,
It is in the middle of winter on Catel. Given your proximity to the equator when you were in Oran, you never really noticed as the fall months went on. But when you traveled around the southern tip of Zunich Bia and you went through the forest, it was more of the yellow leaves than the green on the elm. It's really the only indication that you've had. Otherwise, it's been warm.
yeah. We went
Here
from the
it
beach
is.
to the desert.
It's cold and hot. Yeah. So before the fall, it's the title of this session.
And we're not done with our conversation with Alicanther yet, right? I thought we had paused.
Would you
partway
like
through.
to be? That is up to you.
I don't know if it ended or if we stopped the session in the middle of the conversation. I don't remember.
I think we were
stopped the
asking-
session.
Oh, we stopped
Yeah.
the session. Okay.
Yeah, we stopped the session in the middle of the conversation. You were still actively talking.
I think we both wrote down whose boat is this because that's what we
Yeah.
asked Alicanther before the session ended.
You know, the important questions.
So asking whose boat is this? Did you explain what boat you're talking about?
The metal vehicle we're in right now.
New
he
boat.
can't see,
Who dissed?
see us.
Right, because he can't see you, right?
Thanks,
Yeah.
Marcus.
I guess we
He
can explain it. Yeah.
he would you see him kind of he's holding the stone like a walkie-talkie, essentially. He looks up into the sky and just shakes his head. Says, I am not sure. I have never heard of such a thing.
Is there anything we can do to help you?
You said that the Aran are alive, yes?
Yes.
Are they thriving?
Are they? They have a city, don't they?
So
Well,
you
top
know
of
that they have multiple. So they have their gathering called the Nest, where Tizal came from, and then they have the Keep that you are not familiar with.
Yeah, council will say, as far as I'm aware, yes, they have multiple cities.
This may be enough. If I will continue to try to find some way to get to you. But I do not have hope.
We are on our way to Orin to try and reach the center of the world and potentially meet others of your kind, including Arinth,
What do you mean the center of the world?
the heart of the world, as we have heard it referred to.
Which heart?
It's a giant pulsing crystal.
There are
There are
two
more-
hearts? Or more than one heart?
You are going to Dalen's workshop.
Yes. I think so. A large metal cavern with a
Yes.
pulsing green force in it.
Yes. That is the place. That is where I last saw all of them.
What is Jalen's workshop? Why do we see Harin and Naruya imprisoned in pods? Metal containers.
What?
Damn it.
What do you mean imprisoned?
When we use the mirror to see the gods, Harin and Naruya they look asleep in some sort of metal container with a glass front. It looks to be within Dalen's workshop. Dalen is dead, and Arinth looks agitated. Tersink is also dead, but he's not in the workshop.
I have never seen these before. They must be new.
How long have you been gone?
He kind of looks up at the sky again. It has been almost 300 years.
That's
I
enough
am-
for Council.
I'm surprised that I heard anyone on the stone, honestly. Every night I would climb to the top of the tallest peak I could, and I would shout at the stone more out of habit than hope.
When was the last time you heard from the stone?
Before this, before what put you up there and me down here.
What do you mean by that?
Allow me to try something. And you see him kind of take the stone in both of his hands. Who's holding the stone?
It's in the
It's in the basin, isn't it?
yeah.
It's in the basin? You
Yeah,
said you
Cannon
would.
basin?
Oh, okay.
That's where like Felix jerry-rigged it to
Right.
act as a resonator.
Right. So you see him kind of hold the stone, and then he looks at it. He says, "You are not in contact with the stone."
Do we need to be?
Felix reaches out and touches it. Try it again.
He then begins focusing again on the stone. And you, Felix, then have sort of an out-of-body experience,
Oh.
which I'm trying to find the song that I want for this.
Alakath is just at will sending a vision / experience from a different planet.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a god. I'll just do the cool thing. What a
See why
badass.
Tiz all liked him?
Yeah, right.
You, Felix, holding onto the stone, you can see you are in the body of Alakanther. And you can see that you are walking across or walking up this hill. And as you approach the top of it, you're looking out over this valley, and you can see there's lush forests and pine trees, and there's kind of like a river that's snaking. And you can see on the horizon this massive mountainous landscape. And you can hear his thoughts. And you think, I've made it. I've completed my journey. And I am ready to make my way the rest of the way back to them to prove them wrong. You begin to pick up your pace, and you actually jump off of the cliff and you start to glide a little bit. You kind of fly down into the valley when suddenly something feels very wrong. And you notice that the sun begins to get increasingly bright. Tell me if the song is ever too loud.
No, it's perfect.
And as the sun begins to get bright, you just have this terrible feeling of dread. You know that this is what they tried to warn you about. This is what they had talked about, but you'd never witnessed for yourself. You'd never seen this power before. And you begin to run as fast as you can and as hard as you can back to try and get to this mountain. And then you see the mountain begin to shake, and the dust begins to crumble off, and you see this massive figure stand up, out. And this, as you know, is named the Earth Titan. It stands up on this planet and just stares off into space at the brightening sun. And as it does, you see it look over at this other cloudy landmass in the sky that you know as the heart of the Air Titan. And you try to pick up your pace faster and faster to try and get there before something happens. You don't know what's going to happen, but you know something awful is happening. And Nain, the Earth Titan, begins to form this massive wall out of the stone in front of it. And you can see it creating this barrier of some kind, where there's then this kind of eerie silence after this wall gets built. You can see this Titan that you've never seen cower, you've never seen afraid, you've never seen doing anything like this before, has created this massive barrier that it is standing behind, and it's just bracing and waiting. And you can't figure out why, as a massive beam of fire collides with this wall of stone, you can see the stone just starts to melt and to break apart. And you see this Titan that is trying to desperately hold up this wall of stone. And it's failing. You can see the radiant fire that's coming from the sky begins to just get empowered and just begins to just melt this stone away. And before you know it, that wall is gone, and it's hitting the Titan directly. And it's holding up one of its arms to try and block out all of this fire that's coming. And it's left with just its own body trying to keep it safe. And then the fire stops. And you see this Titan standing there, one arm gone, just completely melted down to the torso. You see the other bracing itself on the ground as it again looks back to the sky and begins to build another wall. You can see it trying to put up another thicker barrier, another thicker piece of earth between itself and between whatever this foe is. And you are just flying as fast as you can, trying to get there. And at this point, even without the beam coming down from the sky, just the radiant heat from the molten stone in front of you, you can feel the heat coming from this area. You can see now that you're getting closer to where the Titans rested, and you can see that heat it's obstructing your vision, even that it's just so bright, so hot. And you fly and you fly and you try to get there, and you know that you have to get back there. You don't know where anyone else is. You grab the stone off of your belt and you start trying to call into it to hear back from one. Caretakers are answering you, and you are just desperately flying and trying to get there. All as this Earth Titan begins to finish building up this wall, and another beam comes out of the sky and begins to disintegrate it. First, it's just a spurt, and then it's a longer spurt, and then it's just this continuous ray of fire that, again, is just melting away this stone. And you see that eventually this pillar of fire breaks through the stone again, and this Titan that you have known as the embodiment of law is just blasted, just full on by whatever this power is that you've been called Noon before, that it's been called Noon before, as this Titan gets blown off of the planet and is essentially just cartwheeling now through space. And you see the other Titans begin to stir as this beam just continues to leave a hole, essentially, as it's like burning its way into this planet. And you see the other Titans are beginning to stir, and they take note of what has happened. And first, the Air Titan, you can see the cloud that surrounds its heart leaves the planet, just reaches out in this kind of great vacuum. As it leaves, pulls you forward, and it goes up into the sky and kind of stops the pieces of this Titan from floating away. And as you're flying now and trying to get closer to where this is all happening, you can feel your wings. They are catching on fire. They are just being molten just from the heat of this intense scene in front of you. You are not in the fire, but it is just too hot for you to even be in the presence of. And you just have to push through that pain. And you notice Non, the water Titan, also forms up into this shape and leaves and goes up into the sky. And you see kind of envelops the other two and becomes this body as you sit amidst the rubble of what you just witnessed, not knowing where any of your fellow caretakers are, not knowing what just happened, what that power was other than Noon that you have been told of before, and not knowing what to do next. And if you looked at the artwork that I had for the Iran in the player's handbook, you could see Alakanther
That's so freaking cool.
left there, just staring up at the sky as his entire world has fallen apart.
Wow.
And with that, you're snapped back into your own body on the ship.
Whew.
Oh, goodness.
So I told you at the start of this campaign, there was two scenes that I had already, like, I knew the music for, I had pictured it, like everything.
Yeah.
The first one was the song by The Who, Against the Kraken, and this was the second one.
That was from Doom, right? That song?
Yeah.
BFG Division.
BFG
Oh, yeah.
Division. One of the greatest workout songs of all time.
I agree with.
So, Nain was blown off of the planet by Noon, and now he's his own planet. Wow.
Huh.
That's nuts. Noon is just like, screw this guy in particular.
So,
Am I misremembering? Well, didn't we find out that the parent couldn't hurt their children? in the hierarchy of the Titans and the gods and all that stuff? Or am I misremembering that?
No, you're remembering correctly that is part of the hierarchy.
I don't think Newman follows those rules.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it.
Huh.
I think he's just like, give me my life force back.
The first few seconds I did miss. I was talking to Adam. Was that a vision that somebody had, or what
Yes.
was the?
So
Okay.
Alacanther was channeling his memory of what occurred 300 years ago into the stone that Felix is holding.
Gotcha.
So Felix was the one who witnessed that vision.
Gotcha. Oh, and he
Yeah,
left.
sorry, I missed some of it there. Oh my! Sorry for exposing you. Apparently,
Yeah. It's all right. My stream's already been demonetized.
he decided to take a. I'm home alone with him, by the way, so that's why it's been a little distracting. And he decided to take a bath, and he was afraid upstairs by himself.
Oh,
I see.
And he
I was
did
just
not,
staring at Spencer's face, so I didn't see anything.
he did not clothe himself before coming down.
Oh,
So like shut my camera off, or like I just left the call because it was like the nearest button I could find. It was the first button I could find. And I was like, "Why are you naked? Why are you naked?"
I mean,
A question
just gonna
every
keep my
parent
camera
asks their
off.
children at some
I'm
time.
just gonna keep my camera off in case anything like that happens again. 'Cause this isn't the first time he has indecently exposed you guys.
he was role playing how Alacanther feels being
Oh
left
my
alone on the
gosh.
planet.
yes,
Yeah,
it's cold,
yeah, very
alone,
true.
naked.
Very
We've
true.
had this conversation many times before. If you go downstairs, you gotta wear pants, buddy.
Liam does that same thing where like he'll just kind of like walk out of his room and like he'll get dressed in the hallway. It's like, dude, there's a big glass window on the front of our house that looks at the upper hall. Like, what are you doing?
Another thing
You
my
just
kids
shout
do
witness
is
me when you tell him to stop.
after they go to the bathroom, they don't pull their pants up until they leave the bathroom.
They just waddle out.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What?
That,
You weird.
That was a
little-
bitch.
Anyway,
Okay, that was a sweet scene. That was very
I'm
cool.
sad I missed it.
That
I'm
was
also
amazing.
sad I ruined any sort of recording you will have of it.
I'll just focus on my face.
Just
for it.
have the audio only. Yeah, focus on your face.
I wrote everything you said down. It's
Oh,
good.
perfect. It was mostly just me repeating myself over and over again. Yeah, so Felix witnesses that. I'm assuming he shares that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Alacanther, after, I'm assuming you then like put down the stone or whatever, so you can kind of commune with everybody.
Yeah.
Alacanther just says to the stone, that was the last time that I saw any of them. I
What were you
did not
trying to
know
do?
what had happened. What was I trying to do? He kind of looks down at the grass, and you've never you never even saw like Tizal have a sheepish look on his face or like an embarrassed look on his face. But you can just kind of tell from his body language. He says, "They challenged me.
Oh,
They said I could not make it around the planet without my compass and be able to find my way back home. And I did it."
Technically, you haven't found your way back home yet.
well, he's still on the planet. Nain was made into a moon, basically.
This is
Ooh.
just a big joke on Alcanther. They're like, all right,
This whole plot.
when he goes, we're gonna leave
guys,
the
guys.
planet.
Who challenged you?
Good question.
The other caretakers.
All of them?
It was there was at least we were in our council within the heart chamber, the workshop of Dalen, and they said They expressed it as a unified body. I do not know if one of them was behind it or not.
Did any
Seems-
of the unified body make the suggestion first?
Arendt usually was the voice of the council. She would speak on behalf of all of us if we needed to speak. But that is because she is usually the voice of reason.
It makes her situation and the death of Dalen even more confusing.
Yes.
It also seems strange that they would try and dare you to do something that would remove you from any responsibility or away from them. If I were any more paranoid than I am, it might seem like they were trying to get rid of you.
Could it be maybe someone knew what was going to come to pass and sent you away on purpose?
I have relived that vision almost every night for the last 300 years. And there are, I believe, two truths that I would say with all the confidence that I have. That one, yes, someone knew, and they sent me away purposefully. And two, is that Nain was not the target of this attack, if you want to call it that. This barrier he constructed, this wall that he made, it was not to protect himself. If he needed to protect, he could have done so much more. He could have simply buried into the earth. He could have burrowed to keep himself safe. He was protecting one of the other titans or something else around this area. I have looked, and he kind of like gestures, and obviously you can't see far beyond him, but you can see that he's on the top of some like mountain, on some peak, and he's gesturing out. He says, "There's nothing here. At least not anymore." So it is my belief he was protecting one of the other titans. And if it was up to me to assume, to draw conclusions of why, I would suspect it was the air titan, my parent. Because if I had been there for this discussion where this plotting was taking place, I would have stopped it. I would have said something. I would not allow this to transpire.
Nin has formed a barrier, a wall of sorts, between Noon and where we are currently. If he is able to do that and obstruct Noon's vision, then I guess that may be one reason why he could have been targeted. I don't know. I'm sorry we've been alone this whole time.
I am just glad to hear that there is some purpose to me still being alive. If I was left alone here on this, he kind of like gestures out, rock, and there was no one else, I do not know what I would do. But knowing that you are alive up there, that others, that my children, the Iran, that they thrive, this fills me with a renewed sense of purpose.
We are going to try and stop the death of Nain. That is our primary objective. From what Nan has told us, there isn't a lot of time left. Perhaps the other caretakers knew this, and they have some plan. I do not know why that ended up in 2 of them dying and 2 of them being imprisoned. But we will try and find out.
Whatever you learn, I don't know if you'll ever be able to speak to me again. But whatever you know, try to share it with me, please. I too would like to know the truth.
We will find a way to tell you. One way or another, whether it is some light in the sky or a message in some other way. We'll figure something out.
Is there anything else you can think of telling us that might help us in our journey? I know it's been a very long time since you've had interactions with any of the parties that we're about to deal with, but is there any other wisdom from the times before that you think might encourage our success?
I do not know what their intentions are. So I do not know what else I could say that would be helpful. If they are within the workshop of Dalen, and Dalen is not there, he surely had some plan, some backup. He always did. He was the smartest of all of us.
Do you know why Tersink would sacrifice himself far away from the others? He expended all of the life force in his staff and his body. We found him as a dust-like husk surrounded by snow and ice.
You could see he's at this point he's not sitting anymore. He's laid down on the ground and he's just kind of holding the rock off to the side, and you can see him like doing the mental algebra kind of in his head.
There are the Torn. The feral Torn are a beast-like race. Animalistic in appearance, and then there are the floral Torn. Almost sentient trees. They wander the earth and learn more about the world. They seem to have a unique life energy that is interesting to Noon, from what we have discovered.
When the Titans left this planet, it was during a period of what we thought of as lifelessness. Our children did not exist. You did not exist. There is no way for the Iran to exist again without me. Unless Tersink's life energy was able to bring them back. It would be my guess he was the most caring of all of us. For him to go along with this plot, I do not understand why he would have done so. But it is possible he regretted this decision and chose to give his life to bring back the life that was taken.
Did these races that Council mentioned exist before you left the planet?
The Torn?
Yes.
Yes. The Torn existed.
So he didn't make them. He may have spent his life energy to bring all of us back after the last cataclysm.
He made the Torn originally on this planet, just as we all made our offspring on this planet. But if he was not there, I'm not sure.
We will have to find out.
Hey Spencer, would you say that we're familiar with Alicanthar now?
Maybe. Why? What do you mean? What you fishing for?
Would I be able to use the sending spell to communicate with him?
I think you can use sending with people that you're not familiar with. It's just more difficult, right?
No, it says that you have to be to a creature in which you are familiar. If they're on a different plane of existence, there's a chance it could fail. But you need to be familiar with the creature.
Yeah, he's not on another plane of existence.
He's just really, 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 really far away.
Yeah,
That's true.
he far.
Ah.
I mean, you could try.
Yeah, you can always try. I'll say it that way.
Alacantar, I'm speaking to you from the stone right now, but I'm going to try to communicate with you not through the stone. And then I'm going to cast sending, and I'm going to send the message saying, I am communicating with you through magical means.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Please respond through the stone.
Always rolling something.
I can still hear you.
Did you say that through the stone or through...
He responds through the stone.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
We have a way to reach you in the future.
Possibly.
Possibly.
This stone we are using now also works when we
We
are
are-
in close proximity.
We are on our way back to Arin.
We are very far away from where we plan to be in a week's time.
Shall see if you are able to communicate then.
We have another pair of these. I have one. Who has the other?
Oh, the walkie-talkie stones.
Yeah, it's the
Uh,
same thing, isn't it?
Your
Yeah,
buddy Kaz.
And they're limited range, I thought.
It's like a mile or something.
The
Yeah.
mile
Oh,
range.
yeah, these are the ones that we're using are special.
This is the Chinese model. Not as good.
We gave it to Kaz and we didn't get it back. Heck.
I can
Yeah.
speak to Kaz and everyone the same way. It's okay.
So we have sending. Do we have any more questions for Alacanther? Do a kickflip.
I wish you luck.
Thank you for your time and your sacrifice.
I have nothing better to do.
One last question. Should we meet Arendt, is there anything you can tell us that could either persuade her to help us or anything for us to be aware of?
If she was able to persuade others to go along with her, if she truly is at the heart of this, I do not know what chance you have. She deceived even caretakers, gods. I do not know what chance mortal races have.
What other option do we have? We won't know until we try.
She made us, the Elm. We are far from an irrational and illogical race. There must be some thread of reason to what she did.
You were her weakness, in that she cared greatly.
Hopefully that is still the case. I might appeal to her reason. There aren't many Elm left.
How do you know this?
It may have been a deception, an attempt to goad me into aligning with Noon, but I was shown images of their burning and suffering. We have seen creatures of fire appearing in multiple places in the world.
Like this fire I saw from the sky. This type of fire?
Creatures of our size, made of fire. We have not seen something as impressive as a celestial beam.
Would you say it's the... Shoot, which one's the Earth Titan? Is it Maine?
Nain is the
Nain.
earth. Yeah.
Nain is the Earth Titan.
Would you say it's the blood of Nain taken form and very angry? They were coming up out of the earth.
No, I'm referring to the ones James conjured from the fire.
Oh, the elementals. Okay.
Noon
The
apparently has a prophet on the planet. Someone he's communicating with and convinced to return all life to him.
If I have never seen this before, it would be troubling to know that there is a manifestation of Noon to be found up there with you.
It may be weak because of Nin's influence. But nevertheless, Noon has contacted us multiple times.
Noon has spoken with you directly.
At least all of us once, I believe so. Well, most
Not,
of us.
not I. But I'm new here.
This is confusing.
Is it perhaps because we are out of reach and he needs us to do his work? He needs influence from within?
He had never. I don't know if it's a he. It had never done something like what I had seen it do.
I wonder what it was targeting.
If it is speaking to you, it must be desperate.
It has offered us power.
In exchange
order-
for cooperation.
It
It
offered
must.
us life anew, more importantly.
It must need something that is beyond its reach. That only you would be able to give it.
Perhaps that is related to what the other caretakers are dealing with.
There is also reason to believe he may be trying to impersonate the caretakers as well. I tried to speak to Naruya, who we know is imprisoned in one of these metal boxes we spoke of, and a voice spoke to me that was not heard.
Who you believe this was Noon that spoke to you in her place?
I do not know who it was. My assumption would be known, given he has tried to contact everyone here at some point.
I'm sorry, I cannot be of more help with this. We did not deal with such things before.
It's
You
good
may
for
be
you to
right.
know.
Go ahead, Ishmael.
Could Noon have taken the form of a mortal and be here on the planet with us?
I've never seen any of the Titans change their form. They are what they are.
It does seem strange for it to go from launching sky beams to melt mountains to deceitful whispers and dreams and visions. That does align with desperation, or at least a new
Does.
tactic. Either way, it doesn't change what we need to do.
Agreed.
Where will you be going? You said you are going to the workshop.
The
To
There's a
Hut.
city. There's a city called Oren. It seemed very old, and it has districts, remnants from all the races. And in the center, we believe is something called the Heart of the World,
Hmm.
where we use the compass to think of certain things. Heart of the World, the caretakers. Well, not the caretakers actually. The caretakers in the northwest, aren't they? Out of character. Yeah, they're pointing.
The what?
The caretakers are like northwest, right? When we think of some of them,
Mhm.
they're not. It doesn't point to Oren when we think of the gods. Or the compass.
Correct. It points roughly northwest, west northwest.
Weird. Okay, yeah. Council tells them about Oren.
Yeah, I'd say where is the workshop? Directionally.
The workshop is directly beneath the city. It is deep, and the city was not called Oren in my time.
What was it
So
called?
do you?
It was not even a city. It was uninhabited. It was one of these backup plans created by Dalen. in case of something like this, where our offspring needed to be kept safe somewhere. He thought for certain that the Nain would be the safest place. Hi, Brittany.
Oh, I think I did the wrong thing.
Hi, Brittany.
Brittany's now in the campaign! Yay!
Yeah.
She's the big bad.
Uh-oh,
Oh,
there's
no.
another Titan.
Brittany
Watch
is
out.
Roll for initiative.
Bye, Brittany.
This city had no name. It was just a plan built by Dalen.
Were the towers with the bells in them, were they there? In the
Yes.
city? And did you ring them?
We had
Ever.
no reason.
What
They
was
were
the
merely
purpose of
That's
a
where it was going.
warning device.
It may just be a very loud sound.
So this so this city was empty,
Yes.
built on Nain
Yes.
to protect us
Yes.
from noon.
From something. Could have been noon.
And okay.
I wonder if the heart of the world beneath Orin connects with Dalen's workshop somehow.
The heart of Nain is within the workshop.
Oh,
It would make sense with so much of the city built by Dalen for it to be directly underneath. Or
Why
near.
did he build it there?
I believe simply because he wanted it as close to him and to Nain as possible. Him
wonder-
being the, I will not say wisest, but the smartest of us. I believe he had a reason to believe that he thought he could keep everyone safe
I
should
wonder-
something happen.
I wonder where the others are then. Felix, can you use the compass quickly to think of the heart of the world?
I think of the heart of the world.
Okay. From where you are, it is vaguely northeast. Because you
And now
are
think of Dalen's workshop.
like here.
I think of Dalen's workshop.
It doesn't change.
Ah,
Think
so
of
then
the heart of Nain.
I think of the
What
heart
did
of
you say?
Nain.
I didn't hear you, Grandma or Luca.
The heart of Nain.
Heart of Nain.
Basically confirming if all these things are the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep, it doesn't move.
think of Erinth.
I think of Aaron's.
It doesn't move.
Oh. Think of Haran?
What?
Think of Haran.
It doesn't move.
Why was it pointing northwest? Am I crazy?
I mean, we were kind of
were more
right on top of
eastern.
it.
We were more eastern before. And
Oh, I
Orin.
thought they were like completely like Orin was that way, and then what we were thinking of was a different direction. Oh wow, okay. Well, that's
I mean,
convenient.
we
It's
could
the
have
same
been.
place.
We could have been. It might be big, but not like in regards to the city big. And we
Oh,
did that in
true.
the city, right above
Yeah.
it.
Oh, true.
Very true. Very true.
All right, I see what you're doing. All right. Okay, Sorry, so just a little side ramble. Continue. How's your day? And how's work going?
You've had better days. Thank you.
Got a
Do we
Krispy Kreme
have-
down there?
Did you ask
further
about
questions?
Krispy Kreme?
Otherwise, we should get moving.
If your time is limited and whatever end is approaching, the only guidance I could offer is to be wary. Again, if she is at the heart of this, she convinced the others to go with it. It would not have been against their will. They acted in accordance with what she wished.
Must have been very persuasive.
Then again, if she's not at the heart of it, then it is something else. It too is very clever to make you think that perhaps she is the reason for it when we all viewed her as a voice of reason. No matter what you face, it is clever.
We could have been deceived this entire time.
And perhaps they went along with the plan to send you away. Because maybe there's a reason you're there.
One final call to action, perhaps.
He's just kind of looking out over the landscape before him.
We'll try to communicate with you. Remember, we do have the mirror. Which means if you have something important to tell us and we can't talk with you through the stones, we can see you and nearby around you. So you can write or draw in the dirt or whatever. We'll check in on you every now and then.
Once a day. Twice a day. Morning and evening.
I will get to work. And you see him stand up and he starts walking down the peak that he's on.
Wait. When this is done, we'll find a way to get you back. Just don't lose hope.
I have found hope in this conversation. I had lost it for some
Well, don't
time.
lose it again.
When I get my compass back, I will have hope.
We'll keep it safe for you.
You can go now.
Take care. Well, it's about that time.
Yeah, slap knees.
Yeah, Alexander slaps his legs and stands up and heads to the door.
Those awkward Zoom goodbyes. Like, oh, yeah, bye. Yeah, thanks. I'll see you.
Yeah, exactly.
We do a quick
What a
bio
pro.
break.
Sure.
Sure. I already went in my chair. It's soaking wet below me.
It's not okay.
Just
Are we doing a? We're doing a.
my surgery.
Are we
Are you-
doing a? Go ahead.
I was like, yeah, a quick bio break. So.
Are we doing a longer break at 7? Are we stopping at 7?
Oh, if we're doing right, I forgot. Luca's gotta do bedtime.
When do you have to do bedtime, Luca? When's your
I've
bedtime?
been anywhere between 7:15 to 7:45 ish. I think Becca said she's gonna do bedtime. I'll go check in and see.
Well,
I can
do
hold
you
it.
want to check on that now, and then we can see if that lines up with bio break?
Oh, is that what we're asking?
Yeah.
We can do whatever. I can wait.
Well, we can take a fast break now at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
It's
take a
not
break at this
gonna
point.
be-
I'll go
yeah,
check. Yeah, I got a pee too. Let's just
Yeah,
do that.
I
I'll
was-
check back and come back.
I got to get food together at some point. But if we're going to stop at 7-ish or a little after 7:30, then I just wait to get food together till then. But if we're going to play past then, I need a break to get food made
No.
at some point for me and the kids.
I'm feeling okay, so I think that we can probably play till at least 8.
Okay.
Although I'm going to stand up right now, so we'll see how that all feels.
Okay. Yeah, that gives me time too to study again with Adam. I'm gonna. Okay, but Luca has to do. Trying to decide if I should take. Okay, I'll wait to get food together then. Okay, never mind. I'll shut up.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave.
Goodbye.
I'm the only one here. I claim this stream in the name of imperialism and all things posh. How do I already have 4 pages of notes? What the hell?
Alex just said he is alone on the stream, and so I'm here to.
Hi, Brittany.
I was watching the Twitch stream,
Oh, I see.
and you're like, "I'm the only one here," and now I'm like, "Nuh-uh."
How are you? Long time no chat.
Yeah, good. We should.
Excellent.
I think Jack has on the calendar like a lunch thingy for everybody.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Well, one of
Would
them.
I?
is-
Would I be allowed to come?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was D&D party only.
Oh, you are infinitely great company. You're always welcome.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
Yeah, we're going to Tea House.
Yeah,
12:30.
sounds good. It's been a while.
Heck yeah. Cool. Well, hope to see you there.
Yep, see you there.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm back, but I'm trying to fix my headphones. They fell apart.
Oh no.
One of my kids broke them a while ago.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. I'm just trying to piece them back together because I had them electric taped together. But they came apart. Whoa. Fancy lighting, Adam.
I've had them for a while, but I try to not turn them on because it can create a ton of glare in the,
Oh.
like, if they're upright, it washes it out. So I
Yeah.
was trying to find the right
Oh,
that's good.
fun.
there. Is that too bright?
Well,
There.
we can still see you. That's really what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was just trying to, I didn't know what effect, I was trying to not wash out me.
Dude.
I hope we don't finish this campaign before August,
Why is that?
because I'm not done with the exemplar manual yet. And I'm doing one paradigm a day, and I have like 50 left. So I have like 2 months of that, and then another month of other proofing. So.
Oh, wow.
But we have all the one-shots and stuff to do,
Yeah.
so...
Oh yeah, one shot and stuff. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I definitely want to do the mini one. It's probably, I think I had shared like 2-ish sessions, depending. Because the first one will be a lot of preppy, RPing, getting ready, that kind of stuff, and then maybe as much as 2 sessions worth of combat.
Heck yeah.
Preppy's my
Actually,
favorite kind of role playing. I'm like the best preppy role player ever.
I was going to make a similar joke.
Prepping is what I meant, but yes, I thought of that when I said preppy.
I'm totally gonna make
We're all
my
gonna have pop collars and on our
yeah. I'm
pillow.
gonna make my character Chad. What's up, guys?
But knowing this group, it'll probably take a full session to RP and do the prepping and introductions and all that, and then probably.
What are you
2
trying to
sessions
say?
for combat.
We're chatty.
Yeah.
That's not true.
I just found a
Giga
plus.
chatty.
I just found a +1 sweater over the shoulders tied around the front.
This is my +7 Afghan.
These are my chinos of regeneration.
Plate mail boat shoes.
Plate mail boat shoes.
Boat shoes of water walk.
Plate mail boat shoes of water walking.
Can I have loafers? Welcome back.
Seashell necklace of invisibility.
This is my puka shell necklace.
Puka, that's what I meant. Puka shell, yeah.
Ugh. This is gonna frustrate me to no end.
When's your birthday? You want new ones?
My birthday was last month.
You want new ones?
Are they gonna be these big chonky ones?
I don't know. Depends how expensive they are. I
Because
actually
these
really
are
like
the only
Seashell.
ones I want. I want these ones. What the shoot?
Alex,
Ooh,
just
excuse
look
me.
up big chonky cans and you'll probably find them.
Big,
Big
chonky.
chonky cans.
Don't look that up.
No, make sure you're on work VPN when you do it.
Oh no, it's actually showing results for big chunky cans, and it's giving me deals for
Like Campbell's
chunky
soup.
soup on
Chunky soup? You really
Yeah.
searched it. Oh, man.
It's also trying to autocorrect to big chunky vans. Is there a big chunky van? Oh, they're shoes.
Yep.
I was
Oh,
hoping to see like live in like van, like a
Yeah.
van life, you know?
yeah.
No,
These-
they're vans for fat people.
I'm not skateboard. Wow,
Big
these are
vans.
chunky vans. Holy crap.
Like the big platform ones.
Yeah, they got like 2-inch soles.
Yeah.
What the frick?
Yeah. That's the thing. The teens are loving those.
Weird.
The youth these days.
The youths.
Those were popular when I was in high school.
Yeah, I was
They have
thinking
come
it was
back.
like,
Those
oh,
and Converse Chucks are huge again, and platform Converse
The
Chucks.
Chuck Taylors.
Yep.
Did Chucks ever go out of
Chuck
style?
Runyons.
I think those have always been kind of.
Yeah. They've just gotten even bigger.
But the thing that-
Jordans are back big too. I know they never totally went away, but they're very popular again with boys.
The first thing that I saw that I was like, okay, I don't get that fashion thing, is people tucking the bottom of their pants into their socks.
Why?
I see that.
do that?
I see that everywhere. I'm like, are you gonna like start wearing socks with flip flops too? It looks dumb.
I've never
It's
seen
like
that.
I'm okay with whatever other stupid like fashion thing kids decide to do, but that one's the first one. I'm like, that doesn't look good.
Interesting.
That's where Jack draws the line. Do not tuck.
I
your
don't
pants in.
understand. I think they're just doing that because someone else is doing that.
You're not Michael Jackson. Knock it off.
I feel old.
Okay.
What? Because he's
He
a
had
trendsetter
very-
or because he did that?
He had very high socks. in
Just
his
because he had
pants.
like the short pants and
Yeah.
high socks.
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson? Look up
Thriller?
a picture of Michael
You know,
Jackson.
the pop singer, he came out with like the Thriller and Beat It. And
Well, I think he wore like the higher pants so you could see his footwork better.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, he absolutely had a purpose for it. And I'm just saying, you're not Michael Jackson.
Sure.
Here. Let's look up a picture of Michael Jackson.
No, I can picture like
Okay.
him doing the moonwalk, but they're more like capri length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I
we're
heard an
going
oh my god. I heard an oh my god in the background, which I assume is Crystal reacting to Adam.
No, that was Kai just got home.
Okay.
She found the body upstairs that Adam's been hiding.
I guess he'd also frequently pull his pants up so you could see his feet.
The body's of Michael.
Yeah.
The body's a Michael Jackson impersonator, and Adam's playing coy.
What? I've never. Who's Michael Jackson? Who?
Got home from play rehearsal.
Anyway,
Anyway, Alacanther said goodbye.
bye. All right, we drive the ship to Orin.
We're in order now?
Lush.
We have all the keys.
Okay,
But wait,
you're-
so quick question. If I'm gonna ask this in a roundabout way. At a certain level, arcane casters get access to the teleport spell. Does teleportation magic exist in this universe? Have we ever heard of it in character? I guess
no,
no.
you have never heard of it in character.
This doesn't exist yet.
Right.
I mean,
You guys do
guns
know
didn't
Felix.
exist either.
It's true.
I mean, one of the fundamental laws of this campaign was that there is no like magic. You don't cast magic spells. Like you are finding other ways of doing things.
What about Barquan's chain lightning?
He is calling on the power of his patron, of his deity.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's just me suggesting something to happen. I don't make it happen.
Can you please zap these guys? had a
I
big
believe
grief.
that there's going to be a lightning strike
You manifest it.
now.
Yeah, I mean, Council has a lot to digest,
Okay,
so he's probably just gonna
big
go
lunch.
vibe quietly. Yep. Word soup.
Yeah, I missed some of it, but there's a lot to noodle on there.
I mean, if we
Yeah.
just want to end the session there, you guys can just think on it out of character. Go ahead.
No.
Okay. Well,
Or
in that
D&D.
case, never mind. You travel northward.
Mm-hmm.
You're traveling just straight back to Orin. Is that the plan? Or
Yeah.
are you making other pit stops along the way?
Did
No.
we say we told the Nightingale crew to go to Touchstone to meet up with the other survivors of Orin, so we don't have a reason to stop there.
Mm.
Right,
When
'cause
we
the
get to
eight-
Orin, it's going to be full of non, like full of non.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With some refugees somewhere. Maybe if they haven't been murdered yet.
I think all of them left to Touchstone, and the other ones went to
Right.
New Orin.
I think some are still there, right?
And there's one way to find out.
True.
There were dwarves in the Magister's Tower, but we thought they could have been breakers. I think that's the only thing that we
They-
knew about leftover people.
I thought there were people to the north. Like, I don't think everyone got out.
We'll find out.
So it took you roughly, where is it? 5 days of travel. Well, so 1, 2, I think there was a day, 2, 3, like 4, 5 to get to Tursink across this continent. Which, if you're looking, you essentially came in here, went around those mountains, came down this side, and then went back up, and you settled in here. And that is where you found Tursink. So if you're heading straight back... Oh, sorry, can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool.
And that was all in the blizzard, too, right?
Yes, that was all in the cold.
Which is lightened up now.
So you notice, looking at weather patterns, the clouds are mostly just broken over this big divot of an area. The rest of the clouds over Akan are still there. It's still windy, it's still cold. So your travel plans are not expedited now. But make me a perception check for one last time before you leave the crater. Just everyone. No, because
Okay.
everyone's has a little bit
Okay.
of time to think.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Oh, do it.
Ooh.
Everybody's ruminating on the conversation that they just had with Alacanther.
Gotta love bookend nat ones.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Yes. So glad to
Oh,
have you
just-
back, Luca.
Me too.
Leave
Was that
Bark
perception? Was that perception?
That is a perception.
Cool. Then I got a
13.
14 without the D4.
Yeah, I rolled a 7, so 13.
13,
12.
14, 12.
I got a 17.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but you
it's a
got a
nat
natural
one.
one.
It's a nat
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
23 for me.
Ooh, okay. And sorry, Felix, I didn't hear what you said.
7.
7. Cool. Respectable. Wander, you notice as the ship is leaving this area because you came back south to get a better communication with Alacanther. Now that the sun has come up and you guys are leaving again, because again this all happened like in the middle of the night. You looking down at the site that you had created your structure to Alacanther at, and where you had originally found the staff and his remains, you can see that the snow is kind of melted in an area there around your structure, and it looks as if parts of the earth are kind of like crumbling and decaying around the structure that you had made.
Weird.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Probably. No, I
I'm-
mean, it's nothing.
I mention it to everyone else. It like, how fast is it crumbling and decaying? Like,
So you made that less than 24 hours ago, and each of the blocks was like 10 feet by 10 feet or something, you said, right?
Yep.
So it's a spread at least like 20 feet in the last less than 24 hours, whatever
So-
this crumbling decay is.
Is the structure itself crumbling, or is the area around it crumbling?
The area around it is crumbling.
So okay, so the crumbling is coming from the structure, and it's like going outward, right?
Right. You can see it coming
Slowly.
out from underneath the structure. Yes.
Right. Weird.
I know we're in a terrible hurry. I'm a bit curious to return and investigate more, but I also don't know if the crumbling decay would impact us.
You may upset Ishmael with that suggestion.
No, I'm sure we can find more people to save and more side quests to go on.
Let's have a closer look. This might be important.
Seems so.
Slate brings the ship down because you guys are still up in the sky. He brings it down, settles down away from the structure. In just the time that it has taken you to get down, it does look like it has progressed a little bit further. So it is.
Oh wow.
It's not slow. It's not like overwhelmingly fast, but it's not. It's spreading whatever it is.
I wonder if there's something beneath it. If your unique life energy, magic, working with the stone is doing something strange with Nain's body, which is all rock around us. Are we landed now next to it?
Yeah. You're down on the ground.
Okay, yeah, I hop off the ship.
Okay. So, okay, going over to the structure, what you see is that what was the like hard packed ice and snow here, the ice and snow has melted away, and you're finding underneath, instead of like solid stone, it's almost like the arid deserts you've seen. Like you imagine that in your mind, where like after it rains and it's got like the big cracks in it and stuff. It's kind of it's turning into that. There's just like these deep fissures that are kind of forming, and it almost looks like all the moisture is just kind of getting sucked out of the earth. And so what was rock or dirt is just kind of turning to this petrified sand.
That does not look good. Wait. Council looks at Wander. He still has like the singed marks and stuff from his pact with Noon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
What do you see?
I'm hypothesizing that the magic may be drying out the area around it. And the only thing we know that does that consistently is the sun. It may be an allergic reaction of sorts from Nain and Wanda's magic now that it's infused with Noon. I might be entirely wrong, but I don't know why natural rock would turn into this. And Council like kicks it with his foot. Lets it crumble away.
Yep. Yeah, you actually almost have to like catch yourself, because like when you kick it, there's like there's a give to it.
Right.
You almost like fall down a little bit.
He kneels down and uses his hand to kind of like push into it just to see if it's like it's like sandy now, right?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what other information we're going to find from this.
Is there an opening to where Tersink was? That spot?
Good question. So, Wander, when you made your structure, you made it on top of where Tersink was, correct?
Right.
And was it fully encased, or was there a way to like get in?
Well, not on the top, but all four walls are encased.
It's like a box around him, right?
Yeah,
up and-
it's
up
like a
and over?
box.
So
Yeah.
there was no way to get to where Tersink was.
Well, no, if you climb over the 10-foot wall, you could. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
put a wall on the top of it. It's around, so if we're looking at it, we can't see it from where we are. But
Okay.
if Ishmael were to give someone a boost, they could go over the wall.
Could this be Tursik's energy doing something?
I wonder if maybe there's something left over that we missed.
Can I boost someone up the wall? And he like goes over by the wall and kind of readies himself if somebody wants to step and get a boost.
I would be willing to investigate and see if it is power from Tersink or not.
Wanda is the second tallest. That might be the best way to go.
How are you gonna get back over?
Well, I'll initially perch on the top of the wall.
Council pulls out his 30 feet of rope, just in case.
There we go.
I've got rope.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, so I won't even make you. Don't have to roll for it or anything. Between you and Ishmael, you are easily able to climb up on top of this 10 by 10 block. Which, upon climbing up there and then looking over into where Tersink's body was, you can see the earth has not only turned into sand here, but it is also like kind of collapsed in a little bit. There's definitely a like a sinkhole that has started to form here.
Weird.
I hollered that back over the wall.
Is there an opening, or is it all dirt?
It's all dirt.
I guess
You
I
don't
just
see
asked you.
an opening.
Yeah.
Is this because the water is creating a void? If it's being rapidly evaporated, it might create a sinkhole. I don't know why Council would know this, but the player does.
I mean, Council
Real
learned
specific
lots of
knowledge.
things. Council learned a lot of things in his academies.
It just appears to be sand.
Council's. We have water skins, right? We've been refilling it with ice and snow and stuff. Do I have water?
Yeah. Yeah, I assume that you have some form of water or some way to get water.
Council's gonna dip.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna take a rag or a bandage or something if I have one, and just kind of dunk it in, and then kind of toss it onto an area that's sandy by the wall.
Okay.
Just see what happens to the water.
The damp rag, just the weight of the rag on top of the water just makes the sand underneath it kind of collapse.
But it doesn't look like it's rapidly dissolving or.
Yeah, no, the rag is not rapidly being dried out. No.
Okay.
Can
So
I,
it's not like.
as I just kind of thought of this as large size, can I just grab the top of the wall and pull myself up to the top next to Wander?
If you made a mediocre jump, you could probably reach it. Yeah. So you don't have to roll for it or anything.
Okay.
You could reach it.
Okay,
and
yeah,
get
I
up
want
there.
to do that and go up by Wander.
Can I say I'm holding an action in case what they're standing on disappears rapidly?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if you see the structure underneath them begin to give way.
Yes.
So in the sinkhole looking area, it's just dirt or sand or whatever, as far as I can tell, right?
Mhm.
I cast Eldritch Blast into the middle of it.
Okay. Make me an attack check.
If the ground purrs at your noon energy, we're leaving.
Sorry, hang on one sec. I haven't rolled.
One of
4
Adam's
damage.
children just kind of like peeked in slightly.
Yeah.
Okay. That is 9. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
16. Yeah. Okay. So you shoot the ground. you just see this puff of sand and smoke where you hit.
Okay. Well, that didn't do much.
So it's not a cavern.
No, at least not yet.
Does it look like the structure is like falling into the sinkhole?
Not yet.
But eventually, based on what we see forming around it, we think that's a possibility.
It's certainly a possibility.
In the vision, was Tersink surrounded by ice and snow? Before he did his kablooey?
Yes, he was.
Okay, so this isn't like an artificial island that he made
No.
that's crumbling away now because his magic is gone. I don't know.
Would it be his ashes trying to be returned into Nain?
I have no idea. Perhaps we collect a sample and move on.
I agree.
I'm
We
not-
should move on.
The best
if
we can do is guess at this point.
Wander, are you holding the rope? That
Uh.
Caden, or Caden. I see your guys' names on the screen and it throws me off. That council gave you.
If council threw me the rope, then yeah, I'm holding on to it.
Yeah, he can toss up a half of it.
One of us can jump down, get a sample, but before that, the other of us should go down the other side of the wall as a kind of a counterweight. Just in case the ground were to give way.
Yeah, I grab a handful.
All right, well, I hop down the other side to hold the rope and have you hold or the other rope or tie it around you or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, you do so. You get your sample from the middle. And you're able to get out just fine.
Okay. My thought was maybe it could collapse, maybe it was quicksand,
Right.
it was something that would pull you in. I didn't want you to be screwed.
Yeah. When you jump down into the middle, it is definitely more sandy. And that sinkhole is rather deep. Like it's deeper than you thought it would be. But it's not like, oh, you immediately fall in or anything. It's just like, all right, you are now at least like mid shin in this very loose sand.
It's a sarlacc. Roll for initiative.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Clearly something's happening here, but I don't know how much more information we're going to get out of it. Let's make another attempt to head out.
Okay.
Back to the ship.
Okay. You guys head back to the ship and begin traveling kind of the northeast direction that you were going, right? This way?
Yeah.
Back towards Orin.
Okay.
Weren't there big like ice golems or something that we went around to get here?
We flew over them.
Over them?
Mhm.
We'll do that when we get back.
We did. We did.
You guys, yeah.
Yeah.
Just being a jerk. Sorry.
And they were
Yeah.
just on the edge of the island, not in the middle of the island. If memory
Yes.
serves.
Rowing down the
Correct.
chunks, right? Yeah.
So in terms of traveling back northeast, I'm not going to make you roll in the same way that you did to get down here. We'll just assume that it takes several days to get back to the coast. That being said, over the next 4 or 5 days of getting back to the edge of Ikand, is there anything that anyone would like to do during that time?
I would like to read the final passage of the journal.
Okay.
'Cause we only have
Ready,
one left.
Out on the ocean.
ready, the banishment spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
Does he
same
want us?
situation. Ishmael and Joan right next to him. Wander and Felix 60 feet away with Barquan.
No, Barquan's flirting with Joan the whole way.
Okay.
Enlarge,
Oh, yeah,
reduce.
what did Joan
reducing-
think of the whole Elacanther conversation?
That's a good question.
I
Joan,
mean,
assuming that you guys woke Joan up,
But we left her
Um,
back there.
yeah,
you
she's in
could
the
have just
turtle
left her
cage.
asleep in the ship. I don't know.
She's in the
Um,
box.
She would have been probably just silently listening.
Okay.
Not a lot of things to say, just kind of making sense of it all.
Imagining herself stabbing Elacanther, like the old days.
You never know. Joan's a tough cookie to read.
Yay, murder.
Okay. So are you stopping the ship to do the reading, or are you
He just
Yeah,
read
just
it.
reading well on the ship? Or?
Yeah,
Said
hop
yay,
on the
murder.
ship.
Like
Get
we
away,
did
sort
last
of,
time.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Recreating the same setup you had last time.
Yep.
You're shrunken. You're far away from the boat. Okay. Joan and Ishmael will be there to murder you should
Or
you
drawn.
start to transform or anything. Okay. So you would like to read the last entry in the journal.
Yes, I'm pulling out my notes.
Okay.
Oh, it's somewhere else. That's fine. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Do you want to do one paragraph at a time, or one like sentence at a time, or are you just reading it all in one go?
One sentence at a time.
Okay. The first sentence says, "Born from the fire."
This is the last page of the special alphabet, right?
Correct.
Born from the fire. I roll insight.
Yeah, you can roll a self-insight check.
Real quick, guy, how far is he from the rest of us? How are we set up?
Ishmael and Joan. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope. You.
No, Ishmael and Joan right next to him. Bakwan, Wandu, and Felix 60 feet away.
1 second. I want to be closer, and I want to give you guidance.
30 feet.
Does that work?
Yeah,
30 feet.
should.
I mean, you
You wanna be within
guidance
30 feet?
whatever you want.
Lasts for up to
Wow.
a minute, so I would touch him, give him guidance, and then walk away for a minute. Don't let it give him guidance. Walk away for a minute.
But it's only on one check.
Yeah. Well, no, it says you get its concentration up to a minute. Before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number to one ability check. You're right.
Yeah, it's not the broken
That's
guidance
not-
from
it's
Baldur's
not-
Gate 3.
It's not.
Baldur's
That's what I
Gate
got.
3.
That's what I got. Yeah, that's what I got.
Kind
used
of
to.
broken.
Yeah, you use it on every check in Baldur's Gate.
You can use it on every check in this. You just have to keep giving guidance.
Yeah.
It's a
It is a cantrip. You're right.
It is a cantrip. Okay.
So
Can I
just
add D4 or
yeah.
Just
Go
keep-
for it.
Okay.
adding them on the shoulder between everything.
There.
18 with the
18.
D4?
You don't feel anything.
Okay. Council thumbs up and keeps reading.
Second sentence is doomed to return.
Doomed to return. Need to pull up my RP notes here.
Sorry, what was the first sentence?
Born from the fire.
This is the fourth section or the final part of the third section?
This is the 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth section.
Okay, born from the
Really
fire.
want a table talk, but I won't.
Okay. I'll roll again.
Okay.
I'll keep giving guidance. Basically, I'm gonna look to council to tell me if he's not doing well, and then I'll bail, basically. But until then, I'll keep giving him guidance.
I'll give him +5 as well for flash using Flash of Genius.
That's probably for the best. I rolled a 5, so that's 10 plus 2 from the D4, which is 12, and my insight is 6, so 18.
You don't feel anything.
Cool. Next one.
The last line that you have not read in this journal is "Do not fight."
Oh.
Was not expecting that.
Go ahead
And
and
I rolled an 18. Plus 6, 14.
Another plus 5.
24.
You feel perfectly fine. If anything, you feel almost like an emptiness. Like you thought that there would be something here. You thought that there would be, it would awaken something. You know, there was that hope, that like expectation.
Yeah.
And upon reading the words, it's just, those are the words.
What were the 3 sentences once more?
Born from the fire, doomed to return, do not fight. I think Council's gonna close the book and just kind of look at it. It's just a book now, really. I mean, he'll tuck it away and then rejoin the group.
You tell us what it said?
Yeah, he shows it. We were all born from the fire, since we are all products of noon, indirectly.
Was your
Would you
grandfather a servant to Noon?
Do not know. If this were Noon speaking, it would be him saying, "We were born from the fire. We are doomed to return to Noon. Do not fight."
Do you mean your grandfather recording his words, or that your grandfather was Noon?
No, I believe it may be influence from Noon. Perhaps it's tied to this curse. The full final section says, "All is a lie. She betrayed us. They all betrayed us. Bound against our will. Fire within. Paid for in blood. Burned the children. Erase the mistake. Born from the fire. Doomed to return. Do not fight." She betrayed us. The only she's we've encountered have been Arinth and Anan.
And it sounds like Arinth might be doing the betraying.
Mm-hmm.
But then what is the us? Is us the we, the mortal races?
Perhaps.
Bound.
I could see it being either. The mortals here, or the deities above.
I agreed. Bound against our will.
Hmm.
I'm unsure.
We're on the ship at this point, right? Traveling again?
Yeah, after you finished reading, I'm assuming you guys went back to the ship to have this conversation.
Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure.
Conjecture at this point, but it is almost humbling to be done. I expected some great revelation or answer, but we are left with more questions. But at the end of the day, it is comforting knowing there is no looming unknown text sitting on my hip that could spell the death of anyone nearby.
That thing still resides in you, though.
It certainly does. Curse of my bloodline.
You felt it as you read. Sensed it?
I sense it, but it is not as simmering as it used to be.
Perhaps you're learning to control it.
Perhaps.
Do you think it could be the key to more answers?
Well, the only way to find out would be to lean into it. And you would have to try and converse with it, which would be as difficult as previously. I will save it for an emergency, perhaps.
Didn't seem to be terribly interested in conversing last time.
Agreed. Although it was shouting about lies and betrayal. I'm curious what was promised in order for betrayal to occur.
As the boat goes along, Wander is pontificating. So it's been 300 years since this event happened. I would imagine this is part of what accounts for the time discrepancies that the Dwarn were dealing with.
Most likely. The time their clock has been running did not align with the other timeline we discovered. Oh, that's how it split out in the journal. Oh.
And so much of what was on the previous planet is now here, including Dalen's workshop, the whole city that he built.
Well, he built all that on Name.
Oh,
That was after they were ejected, right? Or before?
Before. Because Alacantha was in there.
True.
He
True.
Dalen built it on Nain as part of the contingency plan. He thought the Titan would be the safest place to put it.
yes. Yes.
For any sort of unknown thing.
I wonder what Noon was targeting. If it wasn't Nain, and then it means it wasn't the workshop. I don't know.
More answers we'll have to seek out.
Indeed.
Part of me wishes to go see if we can speak with Nin, although I know that's probably not possible. We've spoken with... I'm so bad
Nan.
with these names. Nan. I was like, Nan is the race.
They
Nan
make
is the
total
race,
sense.
but it's also the goddess.
Nan is the
Or the
delicious
Titan.
bread.
Fish bread.
I think we should go to Orin first, though, and perhaps we have all the
Agreed.
keys. We've been working on getting these keys.
That has been our
Agreed.
not direct objective for most of this journal. We have just happened on a few of these keys, which is amusing in a serendipitous way.
And
Indeed.
perhaps if we stumble across Arinth, we might find our answers there.
Well,
Don't think-
she's beneath Orin.
We won't stumble on her.
Do we feel prepared to encounter Erin? I certainly believe you, Counsel, that in her mind, what she did seemed reasonable. However, what that reason is, we don't know, and there was more than one death in exile apparently involved in the process. I don't know what else to do. I question if we're prepared.
I think we can take Alacantha's advice to heart and just be wary.
We don't
about
know the
everything we are presented.
full story.
And
That's true.
what we are presented may be from one perspective. We may know more about certain things. But at the same time, we shouldn't reject what we hear. This is going to be a case of judgment. The first obstacle we're going to have to face is a legion of Nan between us and getting into the city. Last we saw, it was overrun. We may be able to find a quiet spot, but we are most likely going to encounter a sizable force.
Do we
Unless
believe-
Oh, unless we land at one of the other temples and try and get under that way. The Elm Temple in the other district may be less occupied.
We know that there is an entrance at the other temples.
I do not know why only one temple would have an entrance.
There was an entrance at the doors too, right?
At the gates, yes.
Yes.
But
The one
gates-
furthest. I think the one furthest out into the desert might be the safest.
Do we know that there is the none have spread? Or
We
are
don't
they
know. It's
still
an
in
assumption.
All right.
We know. Glancing over at Barkwan, they need water. So the door furthest away from water is probably the safest.
Most likely. Then again, we don't know the state of the Kraken at this time either. It's been
What?
more than a week.
Why would the Nan choose to stay in Orin? They don't want to live out of water, do they?
Most of Orin is underwater,
Oh, some of it was, yeah.
and getting those pesky boat riding townsfolk out is probably in their best interest.
And they are mind controlled by the Kraken, which is given the single directive of protecting Orin at this point. Well, maybe not protecting it, but
Felix, your logic of going to the furthest one in the desert seems to make a lot of sense.
agreed.
It certainly seems like the least amount of risk.
So we'll approach Orin from the south, which is the farthest door. Maybe we leave the ship somewhere it won't be absconded.
We could have it fly.
We can leave our friend behind to pilot
True.
the ship.
Hopefully it doesn't get
We-
blasted by a ray of sunshine.
If that happens, we have bigger problems than not having our ship.
Agreed.
Is and Joan just kind of goes silent again. Goes back to her own thinking.
Thoughts, Joan?
The none in the city are controlled by the Kraken, you said, yes?
Sort of. Last we heard, they were directly influenced. They no longer respond to Nan, the Titan.
So this one, she points at Barkwan, is not under its control as well? Yes?
As far as we know, he lied on our behalf and convinced the Nan that he was one of them, despite not being directly controlled.
What are you suggesting, John?
It had never occurred to me that there would be factions within the Nun. All of the ones that we have faced, beside you, obviously, have been rather violent and single-minded, rather simple in their straightforward, destructive nature.
I would say that is the minority of the non-people. Perhaps the ones closer to the surface may behave that way, but there are many that I know that do not behave in such a way.
You weren't with us, but we did go visit the Nan city in the sea when we went to go speak with Nan. And yes, they were peaceful and enjoyable company.
I do not think I wish to join for this journey, if there is a time when it is beneficial, I think I would depart.
Certainly.
What are your reasons?
My quarry lies elsewhere.
Are you hunting someone?
Always.
Are you
We've
going
shared
to
a
be
lot
hunting
about
someone?
ourselves.
Well,
What
the
are you
Lady
hunting?
Margaret is certainly high up on my list. And the knowledge, the skills I have gained while here make me a more dangerous threat to her.
Well, the world would certainly be a better place without her. I hope you are successful.
Is she lying?
Go ahead and give me an insight check.
I was going to ask the same thing.
And I've got 3 more uses of Flash of Genius and use one.
Fleenius.
Flenius.
Sounds like an organ. You've got an infection in your fleenius.
And that is like
I was gonna say, it
insight.
sounds like a Svirfneblin name.
I'm Flenius. Hi,
I don't like that.
the deep gnome.
What did you say your role was, Jack?
Is it insight? Is that what
Yeah,
we're rolling?
insight.
Am I rolling 2 or just Jack?
Whichever. If you want to give him advantage, or you can actually roll your own insight check.
I already rolled independently.
18.
20. Dirty.
Dirty 20 and 18. There might be something more to what she is saying. You don't think that what she has said is a lie, but certainly it doesn't feel like it's the only reason that she would want to leave.
I haven't killed someone in like 5 days. Murderer.
When we are at a good point, I either need a few minutes to make some food or I gotta wrap. Sorry.
Okay.
But I'm totally fine with taking a break and coming back. But either way, I gotta get some food ready for the kids.
We can take a break.
You gotta do bedtime?
There's a baby crying. I should go check in.
We could also
coming
just,
back afterwards?
yeah. I said we could just wrap it here. It would be a shorter session tonight, but not one without some fair advancements and conversation and plot.
I stabbed John before we leave.
John.
Stab her with a hammer.
I'm good either way. I'm cool with either decision.
We can.
No preference.
Cool wrapping.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will end with you guys traveling northward toward Orin being your next destination. Yes.
Okay. We can plan to drop off Joan by the touchstone entrance or something. I don't know.
Sweet.
We'll probably continue the line of questioning when we pick up again.
Okay.
We can do that.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for DMing. Another
Yeah,
good
thanks.
session.
Thanks for
short and
playing.
sweet.
All right.
Thanks for DMing. Hope you feel better.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Yeah,
Feel up.
I don't feel too bad, but I think that I might go lay down for a little bit.
Wise.
See you guys.
Fun times.
See you
See
guys.
some of you
Yeah.
tomorrow
Yeah.
at Tea House. Tea House.
Oh
12:30.
yeah, I've got it on my calendar. I'll be there.
Oh.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Or just love what? Sorry, I'm just seeing somebody's in chat and asking things. What? No worries. Yeah, sorry, you joined at a bad time. We're just wrapping. So I'm gonna go end the stream now. Bye, everybody.